Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you yet again on MLG's Metalopolis, another TvT, and we still do have Windy on the line with us. Windy, how you doing?
Excellent, man. Excellent.
And
so happy to be
you were
here.
going to tell us, you're about to say something before we started the cast here, that
TopGun was saying
might have some troubles, or
yeah, TopGun said his TvT was not his best matchup, and he's even doing the Korean GG.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, it's where the W key is located on the American keyboard. That's actually how Koreans GG. I'm not sure the exact translation. That's why sometimes if you ever see like an MLG or something like that, you see WW pop up. That is why. But TopGun's not saying TvT is his best matchup, and I'm hoping maybe he'll throw some kind of crazy all-in. It's really cool to see plays like that. Usually when players are uncomfortable in a matchup, they have a tendency to all-in, not try to play that long macro game where they become insecure with their play.
Right.
And some of them have really, really strong all-ins. Like I'm trying to think. Lobber's build from Reddit, I think, is like one that comes to mind because I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a PVZ all-in. It's a 4-gate, 1 robo build against Zerg that is so incredibly difficult to hold if you don't see it coming.
Right.
So a lot of players have builds practice like that for those matchups they're not comfortable with.
Well, and some of the best players in the world do those type of strategies, like Matty or Alive TRN, same guy.
Oh yes,
TRM. Alive he's very well known for being the 2-racks master, and we've seen it several times in our tournaments where he just 2-racks all in, followed by 2-racks all in, and over.
It's
and over
dude, 2-racks and all in is amazing. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but 2-racks you pump out so many Marines so quick, especially if you go for like 11, 12 racks or even 12 racks.
Mm-hmm.
With bunkers, it's if your opponent doesn't respond to that in a efficient and timely manner, you win the game pretty much right there and then because you have so many Marines so quickly.
Yeah, it puts the burden on your opponent to respond, and if they don't respond appropriately, you're exactly right. It turns into a GG scenario.
Yep. And
looks like both of these guys with pretty standard openers thus far. We do have TopGun kind of, I think, maybe jumping the gun a little bit, but he wants to get his wall off done here. So, I guess that's part of the reason he's tossing that supply depot down just a little bit early. And
no gas for him either, whereas gas has gone down for Resonant, so I'm going to assume it's a 1-racks expand coming out of TopGun here. He's going to pick off this SCV before he does it, and if he's quick about it, he should really just take an SCV and pick it off, and that's what he'll do. Yes, smart decision, and he's going to throw down the command center on the low ground. I do like that. It's going to really... I think Resonant has a good understanding that maybe that is what's coming, but you never know. He could go for a TLO build and just throw down 5 more racks and just go off of 6 racks off of 1 base, and that's a very, very strong play.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing for TvT is that can be viable. And sometimes it's situational, but it's definitely a doable strategy. But look at this. We've got a Ghost Academy going down for Resonant in the back of his main.
Oh my god, I hope he nukes. I hope there are nukes. I don't know about you, but I love a good nuclear missile.
Yeah, I do
really
love a good nuclear missile. I am definitely not a friend to the environment, man. I say nukes all the way, buddy.
Yeah, and double gas going down for TopGun. This is pretty traditional. He's thrown down 2 additional racks, so he's going to go for some heavy bio play. I like that he's getting a bunker. He's getting that little bit extra defense just in case any kind of Hellions were going to come in. He'll be able to defend against them pretty well. And he's thrown down the Ghost Academy. He is getting a Ghost, and he's getting a Factory. He's going for nukes.
Yep.
He's going for a straight-up nuke play.
Yep.
And that could do really well against... if he gets Cloak, he's going to have the scans from the double command centers, or double orbitals, but Marines, not so good against Ghost, because if he wastes his energy on snipes.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's, 50 or 20 damage? How much damage does a snipe do? 45 damage.
Yeah,
well, one-shot a Marine.
It's enough to one-shot a Marine with no upgrades, yeah.
Yeah, and he has no upgrades on the way, so it's possible that TopGun could throw in factories. And this is a very, very small push. 3 Marines and a Ghost.
Starport, too, for Resonant. So,
he's
going to get the guy up into the main, is my guess.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if TopGun was looking at his SCV and saw that Ghost. That is my question. I really don't like... I think Resonant should have gone and checked the watchtowers with the Marines before sending out the Ghost. But, there's a couple different things. Has he built a nuke yet? No nuke. It looks like he just wanted the factory for Starport tech.
I guess, but he's got a second Ghost on the way here, so he may just be going for a Ghost play. Oh, his Ghost is way out of position.
Down. Wow. That's a huge waste. It's 200 minerals, 100 gas just thrown away. Not even a snipe going down.
And Top Gun didn't lose not one single Marine. You know what's funny is I remember when I first met Top Gun. Top Gun was he was a silver level player.
Really?
Yeah, and that was only a couple months ago. He's a very young man, and I think he's 13 years old or so.
Yeah, and I have no idea what that means.
But he's hilarious, really fun young man. But he always tries to get his games casted because his family comes out to support him in his tournaments. They come and watch his games on the live stream. It's actually
that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
That's really awesome. I think it's great when families can really get behind their kids, especially when you're doing something rather unorthodox. Or not playing baseball, or not playing football or basketball or soccer or something where like a normal 13-year-old kid would doing, or even skateboarding, which is kind of untraditional in a sense. Right. But the fact that this could be really bad. Resident need to get his ghost and his medevacs. Oh, he will get the snipes off. Wow, that was huge.
Yeah,
he had just enough snipes to get off all those Marines, and he had the medevac there to hit a ghost. I think Ghost in the early game against Marines without combat shield, pretty viable. It's a bit of an idiosyncratic build, and he needs to be careful here.
Yeah,
I don't know if
trying to tank down a bunker is almost impossible with Ghost. And look at that, he tried to drop him up on the high ground, but he wasn't quite able to make it. And he's got to be careful. He's got to keep these guys alive, like you're saying.
Wow,
they're so expensive.
Ghost.
But look at the snipes, man. I mean, this is phenomenal control, and this is one of the things I love about Resonant is he's not afraid to go for a build that's very micro intensive, and make it happen. Wow.
And even versus Marines, 3 Ghosts will one-shot a Marine too. And even then, that's huge. So, I mean, Marauders will... Oh, he needs to micro that 1 Ghost back. Okay, he will get out of there. And Stim is just barely done. If he had Stim, I definitely think... he only had 2 Marines there. But Resonant's not that far behind. He's got his expansion up. He's throwing down 2 additional racks. His play was very, very minute, and he's using it well. He's doing that tactical kind of play. It's kind of like, White Raw special tactics. You have to... If you're going to go for this really, tactical play, you have to make use of your units. Otherwise, it's not going to succeed, and you're just going to fall behind.
Yeah, it's the same type of thing as what we see from our Mutalisk play, from our Zerg players. When you get them, you must make them cost effective with your micro.
Yeah, and Top Gun's getting Banshees with Cloak.
Ooh, yeah, sure enough, Cloak is going down. He's supply blocked right now, which is that's scaring me a little bit. That's some of those things that I'd like to see Top Gun kind of get hold of a little bit better in his gameplay. Is you'll see from him on occasion that he does get supply blocked at very crucial times, and this is one of them. I think it's a pretty crucial time.
Yeah, and he's delaying production of Banshees that way. I don't think Banshees are necessarily the best choice. Ghosts do have EMP, and that will reveal cloaked units. So it's not like the Banshees or the the super hard counter to this. Marines still don't have combat shield. It's on the way. But these Ghosts have a decent amount of energy, so with the medevac support, they will be able to snipe off a good amount of these Marines before. And he is stimming forward. He is trying to pick off these units. Ghosts are going to come out, a ton of snipes. 1 Ghost is going to get down instantly. I don't think Resonant engaged that properly. He should have taken that high ground advantage and tried to, bait his opponent up there. That way he can get those long-distance snipes off. Snipes have an enormous amount of range. I wish I could check, but Ghosts already have 6 range, so they have the same range as Morrow. I think Snipe is 7 or 8 range. I don't know if somebody could definitely help me out with that. I can actually
I'm not
check.
sure. The Ghost, you saying?
The Snipe. The Sick it's 6 range, but Ghost with Snipe ability.
Oh, I see.
I don't know the range.
I just lost him.
I'm checking. It is actually range 10. So I think it was better in that circumstance for him to stay on the high ground of that watchtower, use the vision, use the medevacs, and snipe all the units coming at him. And this Banshee will get by. Does he see it? He does see the Banshee. And he will be able to take it out.
Scan going down. He could have used the, like you said, the EMP there.
Yeah. Does he? I don't even know if he... Yeah, he did have the energy from me. I think the circumstance Scan is a little bit better just because... And there it goes. Yep.
And the nice thing about EMP is it also does damage, too. That's one thing I like about using the EMP.
It takes away the energy.
Yep.
That does double the effect. I didn't even think about it. It takes away the energy of the Banshee, too. So even if that Banshee's below 100, is 100 energy or below, all his cloak ability is even gone. So even if he's able to get out of there, he can't cloak again.
And we got a good drop going down for Top Gun in the main of Resonant. He's cleared out this mineral line. Got these guys transferred down. Good reaction from Resonant, but he's got to clean this up here fairly quick, and he's going to lose this engineering bay.
Yeah, it looks like he was focusing the one down that didn't have the almost completed upgrade. Kind of always really difficult to tell, and he will save that engineering bay if he can get SCVs on it.
Yeah, he's got to get it up there. 35, 30, 25. It's going to it's going to burn down. He just doesn't have anybody in position to save it.
I think EMPing the medevacs would be a great decision right here too.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, it's micro intensive, and while I mean Resonant tends to be extremely good with his micro, those are difficult things to remember in the heat of the moment like that, and that's a lot of pressure from TOPGUN right now. And he's still way ahead in the supply count. A third going down here for Resonant, which I think is a smart move. Trying to get that third up and running is going to be very, very crucial at this point. And quite frankly, TOPGUN needs to be considering the same thing here.
Yeah, if you're looking at the resources lost, TOPGUN's definitely behind despite being ahead in supply. He's also quite ahead in workers, 54 to 37. I don't know if that engagement from TOPGUN did kill 4 workers, so it put him a little bit further behind than he needs to be. And that's in this position when worker harassment becomes so crucial for the player who's ahead on SCVs, because your opponent's already behind. If you make him even more behind, it's going to be even more difficult to catch up. Right. Here he goes. Resonant's trying to engage with medevacs. He needs to be careful. He has to be very, very... he needs to engage the TOPGUN's army in small packs. He's not good with head-on engagement. Bile's very powerful.
Yeah. TOPGUN's going to overrun him here. He's got. I think Resonant absolutely has to back out and see.
Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't. Yeah, and he's just going to GG. I think if he had at least gotten Cloak for his ghosts, that would have made him a little bit more useful in battle. They're great against light units. They still do extra damage against light units, and I think that would have definitely helped Resonant stick it out in those engagements, because ghosts would be invisible at least.
Well, and TOPGUN played very defensively there long enough. He knew that there was danger with the ghosts out on the field, and he held it off in pretty decent style. So, I mean, great game from TOPGUN. Congrats to him. We'll be seeing him in the next round, I assume. But thanks everybody else for coming out and watching. Don't alt tab. Always alt Starcraft. We'll catch you guys in our next game.